Alright YouTube, today's video we've got a different one for you. We're going to be showing you guys the best assault rifle class to be using in ranked play. It's going to be a quick video, but it's going to be very helpful for you guys. Here we have 5 builds for you guys to use. Stay tuned to the end because the last build is my absolute favourite and it's what I've been using in ranked play. Tomorrow we're going to have the Vazner build, the best SMG class, and make sure you guys drop over 100 likes for that one and I'll make sure I have it out for you tomorrow. Let's get right into it. So starting off with the first build, and this is the most popular build. This is the build that majority of the pros do use, and this is a bit of a fast build. It's not really a flex build, but it's just a bit faster than the other build we have. So let's take a look at it. Most of these builds have 3 or 4 of the attachments that are very common, and let's break them down. So starting off with the barrel, this barrel is by far the most popular barrel to use. Basically you have to have it on your gun if you want to compete, so make sure you stick this barrel on. Going over to the underbarrel, now 1 or 2 of the classes don't actually have this underbarrel, but for this one we're going with the FSS Shark Fin 90. Then we've got the high velocity. There was a rumor, there was a video out recently where this apparently doesn't do anything, but I believe Parasite tried it out and he said that this is very important. And I mean, all the pros do use this, so I would still recommend you guys keeping this one on. So those are the 3 attachments, and then we've got the rare grip. Now I've tried the FSS combat grip and it is very good as well, but recently I've moved more towards the demo clean shot grip. And again, this is the one that a lot of the pros use, so I would highly recommend trying this grip out, seeing how you like it. It just adds a bit more to your game, makes it a bit more snappier for those close to medium range gunfights. And then here, this is where we have, in my opinion, the most important attachment to understand, because this is where the attachment varies from class to class. Here we have the stock. So for this main class here, what we do, we have the TV X-Line Pro stock. And you have players like Celium, Slasher, I believe Draza. You have all these kind of flex, maybe a bit faster paced players that use this gun. I believe Awakening also uses this class. So generally, some of those pros I described are very fast paced. So what this does is it gives you sprint speed, ADS, and well, the crouch movement speed is quite relevant, but this basically improves your ADS speed. But what the cost is the recoil control. And now if I move on to class number 2, the only difference between these 2 classes are actually the stocks, and this is why I mean it's so important to understand the differences. So for this first class, what this does is give you a bit more of a faster class with a bit more ADS. But if you're into your movement more, this is where this class comes into hand. So right here you can see it's the exact same class, but instead we're using the TV Cardinal stock. So the only difference here is that the first stock that I mentioned, that actually reduces your recoil control but allows for more ADS, so it's a bit more snappy, a bit more fast, a bit more kind of in your face. Where with this stock, what it actually does is it doesn't reduce your recoil, but it actually allows you to move slightly faster. It gives you a bit more sprint speed, so it's kind of up to you what you guys prefer. I think personally I'm not really sure which one I prefer. I do know that the Optic Boys do run this one. I believe Scrappy also runs this one, so it's quite even. I guess it's 50-50 between the 2 classes. It's just up to personal preference. But if I'm going to decide between more ADS or more movement, I guess I'll go with the ADS one, but the only disadvantage here is the recoil. So again, up to you guys. Feel free to try them both out and let me know in the comments what you think. And now for the third class, this is for your long range AR players. This is for the players that like to play at the back of the map, a bit more of an anchor style, and just likes to kind of lock down the lanes. A lot more recoil control on this one. And as you can notice, they've actually also kept the same stock, which is very interesting. But the one thing that I found was the difference here was the underbarrel. And I believe players like Seb and Accuracy do use this. So I don't think a lot of pros do use this, but Accuracy is a perfect example of a player that likes to play a bit more of the long range gunfights, a bit of a slower assault rifle player. So I am very surprised that Sib does use this class. But the main difference here is the Commando foregrip. So basically they used a Commando foregrip instead of the FSS Shark Fin 90. And now if we compare the 2 here, let's have a look at the FSS Shark Fin. So right here you can see that this gives you aiming idle stability, but what the Commando grip actually gives you is a bit more recoil control. So I guess what you're kind of trading off is a bit of ADS speed for some recoil, but the main importance here is that they actually use this stock as well, the one we mentioned in class 2. So right here you're losing some aiming stability here, and you're adding a bit with the Commando foregrip. So again, this is a bit more of a long ranger class. You can try this one out as well. I feel like it's pretty good, but me personally I don't enjoy it as much as I do the first 2 classes. And here in number 4 we've actually got Octane's class, and I believe he is the only pro to use this class, so it's quite unique, this one, but I thought throw it in here as well. And I think this class is actually for the ultimate recoil control. So We started off with a bit more of an ADS build, then we moved to the movement build as an assault rifle, a bit more of a faster paced movement. Then we've got the long range build, and this is the absolute beam of a build, an absolute beast build here. I've tried it out and I was quite impressed with the way the build was. I was very surprised because only Octane uses it. Again, it's not my favorite build, but if you are playing those long range maps, it's definitely helpful in those situations. Maybe when LSC low, it's pretty good on that map. So here, so the main change here is he actually doesn't run a stock. Instead, he runs a muzzle, and you can see here he has the Commander Heavy. So the downside is he does lose the ADS speed and he also loses some stability, but he gains a lot of horizontal recoil. So as I was saying, this is more kind of the ARs playing at the back of the map. You're going to be pre-aiming a lot, holding down your irons, and it's just a lot more kind of useful at those longer ranges. So I definitely recommend trying this out if you are into that. And here we have my absolute favorite build. It's actually, I believe it's actually the second build here. So looking back at it, I'm pretty sure it's the second build here. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, so it's actually the second look here, but I've actually added tuning to this one for you guys to enjoy. And because I'm playing rank play currently, and I was getting fed up of getting guns, so what I decided to do is add tuning to my weapons. I ran a little poll on Twitter, and I saw that 50% of you guys did run tuning, 50% of you guys didn't. So I decided to give it a go, and I can notice the difference straight away. With tuning, I feel like your guns just feel a lot more snappier. Now, in my personal preference and opinion, I feel like tuning should be kind of banned in rank play, but while it's not banned, I feel like if you guys are trying to climb the ladder, especially playing solo, and you're going up against teams of 4 that are tuning, why not go head to head and tune yourself? So let's show you the tuning right here. Starting off with the barrel, and as you can see, we're going a bit more towards a recoil steadiness here. We're kind of leaving it in the middle between the ADS and the damage range, if you want to copy that one down. And then we're going over to the underbarrel. FSS Sharking again, we're kind of leading a bit more towards the ADS, but not too much. It's actually quite in the center here. And then if you're going towards the, oh, that's moved, didn't want that to move. I hate the tuning that moves. Oh my god, that's annoying. Gonna have to go back to that one in a second. But the high velocity, I generally have it slightly towards the damage range and slightly more towards the center there. I hate when it moves when I'm showing the tuning. It's actually the worst. But this tuning here is probably the most important in my opinion for the demo clean shot. You want to stick that all the way down to the ADS and also towards the sprint to fire speed. This is going to make your gun feel a lot more snappy in those close to medium range gunfights. Just a very, very good build there. And then we've also got the stock. And if you, I really don't like the way they've done the tuning in this game. I feel like if you move your controller slightly, everything adjusts. I'm not going to touch my controller. I'm going to leave it right there. And again, we have it more towards the ADS speed. So this build, in my opinion, is the ultimate flex build. If you guys are a flex player or a fast assault rifle player, I definitely recommend using this build with the tuning. But personally, I've just started using the tuning, and I feel like I'm probably going to go back to using the gun without tuning. The reason is because I'm planning on playing a lot of private games in the future, a lot of kind of tournaments and game battles and community 8s, just a lot of stuff with the community. So I don't really want to get used to tuning because I know that won't be allowed in private games. So for me, my personal preference is probably class 2 first, then class 1. And then probably even, to be fair, I actually prefer Octane's class over SIB and accuracy. So I guess my order probably 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Hope you guys did enjoy the video and you got enough. Actually, before we end the video, this is a very, very important one. I almost ended it on that. I forgot to mention the most important thing. Make sure you guys are running a trophy system. I just kind of made the classes now, that's why Dead Silence is on there. I just wanted to make some fresh classes for you guys, but make sure you guys are running the trophy system if you are using attack 56. Generally, between the frag and the semtex, it's actually up to you. Again, personal preference, not much to it. I kind of prefer the semtex, but again, it is very situational. Sometimes I do like the frag grenade. I always use a stun grenade because that's the only option available. Going into the perks, what you can actually do is, I believe you can, if you really wanted to, you can run battle hardened and bomb squad. I would always recommend using fast hands. I think that's the best one by far, and I believe all the pros do use that. But me personally, I actually just use ranked 1-up. I like double time. I don't like to feel too slow with my assault rifles because I am quite an aggressive player. But if you are playing at the back of the map, again, you want to just kind of chill, just hold spawns, just watch out for your team. Maybe try this one out. Try battle hardened and bomb squad. But for the majority of you, I would use this one. This is, in my opinion, the best one. And there you go, that's just like that. The only time I would say to have a Dead Silence class on, which I know I kind of contradict myself here, but you should have Dead Silence in S&D. The way sound whoring is in this game, it's so important to have Dead Silence on that game mode. But for respawns, I think definitely use a trophy system. It will help you guys so much when playing. And that's it, that's basically the class. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. Tomorrow I'll have the SMG build for you guys. Make sure to drop the like for that video. And let me know what you think of the class down below. Are you using these builds? Are you using your own build? Let me know down in the comments. Catch you guys in the next one.